everyone, my name is Jessica Whitaker. I'm a photographer from New York City. Today's video is a couple things I wish that someone would have told me when I first started out in photography. Just some of my tips, tricks, and insights for working with clients, models, editing, just things that I didn't really think about, and that would have saved me a lot of time had I known when I first started out in photography. Before we get into the video, make sure you're subscribed to my channel for more photography and social media videos. You can find me on Instagram at Jessica Whitaker. Give this video a thumbs up because I think that it helps with engagement rate, and let's get started. Something I get asked quite often is how to feel comfortable with clients. I think the best thing that you can do is just to get them talking, so by asking them questions. Let's say, for example, it's a couple, so you might ask them, how did they meet? How did they propose? And those few questions will probably get them talking for the majority of the session. So it takes the attention kind of away from you and puts it on them, as it should be, but mentally you're going to be able to shift your focus off of yourself and your own awkwardness and just onto them. I would say though, don't get too discouraged if you still feel awkward after your first couple sessions. I mean, there are times that I still feel a little bit awkward or very quiet. Just having a couple preloaded questions is what's going to kind of ease the situation mentally in my mind. If that means that you need to put notes on your phone to keep on file for different subjects, whether it's a senior portrait session, a blogger, or a couple, I would do that so you just have them on the top of your head. You're able to take a look before the client arrives. When you are on the shoot, take your time. Do not feel like you have to be directing them every single second of the session. Clients are going to understand, and honestly, they're probably not even going to notice if you just need a couple minutes to kind of recuperate. If you do find that you kind of need to recuperate, my vocabulary isn't extensive enough to think of another term. You can just turn to your client and say, hey, I'm just going to go through these real quick. Why don't you just take a minute? And they're just gonna take some cute selfies because their makeup's already done, or they're gonna text, they're gonna be on Instagram. Their client's not really gonna mind, and you don't need to tell them, hey, you know what, I need a moment here. Don't feel rushed, and if you know that you're gonna be able to deliver really stellar images, if you're able to just take your time, your client is gonna appreciate that rather than rushed shots. And shots that aren't just well thought out because you're so overwhelmed. Take your time, it's totally fine. One thing I wish I would have known is just the time management of it all. Let's say I had a 2-look session. Don't feel like you have to spend 2 hours on 2 outfits. I mean, at first you might need to just to get practice in, but there will come a point when you know how long it takes for you to typically get the shot. And if it only takes you an hour to shoot 2 looks, just do that. Don't feel like you have to drag the shoot on longer so that your client feels more fulfilled and more confident in you. I think that for me at least, sometimes I'll think, oh my gosh, we only shot in an hour, I have everything, but maybe they think that we didn't get enough, what are they gonna do? So the way that you can approach it is to just walk into the session being really confident. I know we just talked about how awkward you might feel, but pretending that you feel really confident just in your own abilities. Just tell them in your initial email the time frame. Don't drag it on because you could be using that time in other places, or just with interacting with your client, talking with your client, editing the images. It's your client to be confident in you and to trust you as well, by just giving them a lot of encouragement throughout the shoot. I think that if you're dead silent and then it's been 30 minutes and you're like, okay, we're done, they might be really hesitant about that. But if you are throughout the whole shoot just encouraging them and really gassing them up, I think that you will totally be fine. Your client is gonna be like, great, we got it, yes, let's go. One of the last things I wish I would have known when starting out would be with editing and how many images to deliver. When it comes to trade for print, collab, free shoots with models, I usually just do about 15 images. Remember that you don't have to deliver every single image, especially if there's duplicates, With clients though, I'll deliver usually a minimum of 20 per outfit. But I always write in my email a minimum because I'm not gonna withhold some really pretty images if I think that's gonna go over to 30 or 25 per look. Deliver really what you have, but don't feel like you have to deliver every single shot. If you select and are really intentional about the images that you are culling and picking out, then your client's gonna be very happy with it. Okay everyone, so that was my little video on some things I wish I would have known starting out in photography. I hope this helped you out. I hope it gave you some kind of insight. Make sure that you're subscribed to this channel for more photography and social media videos. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll have it all linked down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.